Hey, what's up guys, it's Hero here. Today I'm going to be making a video on another Drop It or Cop It video. I made one about a year ago and I planned for there to be a series on it, except I never really got to it, so this was that final follow-up video from that whole year ago. So today we're going to be talking about the BK-18. The BK-18 is a simple single-shot hunting rifle. It can fire the standard 7.62 by 39 round at a maximum of 105 damage at 13 rounds a minute. It's based off the real-life IZH-18MN Remington. You can find this weapon in almost all residential buildings, as well as hunting locations and shops across all three maps. There are some pros and some cons to this weapon, so I'm going to break them down to you real quick. Some great pros is that they are pretty easy to find. As I mentioned earlier, you'll be able to find this gun in most residential buildings. This means this could be the first gun you find off the coast, with the only other add-on you need to get is the ammunition. This gun greatly excels in medium-range combat. This weapon serves as a great transition to other mid-game weapons that take the same ammo type, such as the CR527 and the SKS rifles. Although I'd hope you'd be trying to get the SKS, because the CR527 shoots like a fucking pellet gun, which is a fact I will stick with until I die. Moving on to the cons, there are quite a few cons that come with this rifle. The biggest of all these cons is that the BK-18 is a one-shot rifle, meaning that if you miss at any range, especially close, you're pretty much screwed unless you switch to your sidearm fast enough or if your opponent's Helen Keller. Which leads on to the next big con, which is the fact that it's a long-range design rifle. I don't know about you, but 9 times out of 10 you get into an interaction early game in DayZ, it is usually going to be a close encounter, which means being put up against your opponent with a one-shot rifle that is meant for medium to long range could be a disadvantage to you. This gun also has its disadvantages at a long distance. Not only does it not have an attachment for any scopes, or not many attachments at all, the guy that gets hit in this clip only gets a little bit of a boo-boo and a scratch. And he's shooting from around 200 to 300 meters, which is a pretty acceptable range for a sniper or rifle. Now, I know there's going to be people that are thinking, ew, but you're ranking it and comparing it to rifles that are meant for those ranges. I'm just trying to say its advantages and disadvantages in all ranges, because I'm trying to make an all-around review of a weapon. With this little summary, you can get kind of a good idea of the strengths and weaknesses of this weapon. It's quite good and can be used in close to medium ranges, but does struggle in longer ranges and medium ranges due to its lack in ammo capacity. Now, to determine if you should drop it or cop it, we're going to put it up against other weapons within the same tier. Since you usually find this weapon at the coast, we'll put this up against weapons commonly found in tier 1 and 2. Think of it as you have many options and this BK just happens to be in the pile. Weapons in this tier would be something like maybe a BK-133, or 43, or 12, or other things like maybe a Scorpion. Now it's time to make the final decision. Is the BK-18 the quote-unquote king of the coast droppable or compable? It's dropped. It's just dropped. Now, if you're confused, let me explain. Like I stated earlier, this gun isn't that great in close encounters. Now, I don't know about you, but when you're at the coast, usually you're going to be searching through the town, as well as other people. Obviously, there are going to be situations where the BK-18 is going to outperform any other of the weapons like shotguns or SMGs, but that tends to be a lot less common than getting really close to them. Having something like a shotgun, maybe even just a one-barrel shotgun, could even land you a couple hits if you have buck and you don't land your shot right. In my personal experience of playing this game for quite a while now, usually I'm going to be picking up shotguns more than I would pick rifles because of these close encounters. And even if I do get into a longer encounter, I can always pack rifled slugs. Now you could argue that it is the only longer kind of range rifle you'd find in coastal towns. But there is also another quite good competitor, which is the repeater carbine, which not only outperforms it in mag capacity, but also has a lot more shock damage at closer ranges. But if none of these options are there, and you're just looking for some longer range combat specifically, this rifle would be a great idea. I'm not hating on it, I'm not saying it's trash, I'm just saying it's probably not ideal for most of the scenarios you're going to be getting in on the coast. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like and subscribe, that'd be awesome. And leave a comment if you think this was a good rating or bad, if you agree, if you disagree, or if you think this video is just terrible. Just leave some kind of comment. I enjoy feedback. It was fun. I will see you guys in the next one.